Hey guys, Grant from Four Wheeling in New South Wales. We're just up here, come up to see family at Bonnells Bay up near Morisset, so we thought we'll go in and check out the old Ward 21, which is the old psychiatric ward from back in the, I think it was the 50s and 60s. It's as creepy as all. There's old ruins in there, an old building and old swimming pool, and yeah, it's a really eerie, creepy joint to be in. So we've come up for the weekend to see family and just taken this opportunity this afternoon just to head out and have a look. There's some good tracks in around here. I think it's all Crown land. There's this power line track that I'm just having a look at. You can see it out behind the window there. A few little ruts and big bog holes further in. This bush goes for miles, as you can see. And there's some really good tracks in here. So just going to poke around, see what we can find. And I might film a bit of the old Ward 21 and show you. As I said, it is creepy as anything. People don't even like camping near it, let alone in it. It's like an old jail. It's got this massive big brick wall going all the way around it. And there's old buildings in there. Naturally, they're wrecked, they're graffitied, and the roofs have come off and people have trashed them, but just a really creepy, eerie feeling. So I'll get a bit of footage of it anyway, and yeah, have a bit of fun. Cheers, guys. As you can see, there's another track going off in here. Another one back there behind us. There's tracks everywhere in here. You could spend a whole weekend in here. I'm just going to go and see what we can find anyway and find Ward 21. I'll put links below anyway, guys, to the Google Maps. How cool is this bit of track? You got like a power line track there. Come around the corner here a little bit. Got all this sort of clay muddy stuff. And we go down here and it's like, it looks like the telly track here. How good's this bit? Real sort of hard compacted down clay. And there's a casualty. Tracks up there. Another track going up here. Bloody everywhere in here. You'd easily get lost if you weren't careful. I'll have a look down this way. I just got to be careful though, because I am out here on my own today. And there are a number of these big bog holes in here which you often do see people stuck in. That was all good solid base. Now obviously that track up there we can't get through because there's trees and branches over it, but there's a track down here. I don't know if this leads past the big bog pit though. There was a huge big bog pit on the main track that I could see as I came down the hill near the power lines, but yeah, this just this leads you back onto the, oh no, there you go, we've come around it. So there's the bog track there. And then the power line tracks go this way, so I might swing around these holes and go up that way. Some dirt bikers coming in. Alright guys, so it might seem like I have mentioned a few times about, you know, what sort of car you drive or what sort of car you don't have that you would love to drive, and we've only got the little Suzuki Vitara. It gets us into everywhere we want to go. I'm out here today just checking out some of these tracks, and I just thought I'd stop and show you this. Now there's a lot of sections up in here that are rutted really bad. There's tracks that you'd be lucky to get a comp truck through. Now you can see here this section's it's obviously had some big tyres come through and chew it all out and make some big ruts, but to the left of it you've got a perfectly fine track. Now the point I want to make here, I guess, is you've got to know your vehicle and its capabilities and its limits. Now clearly if I go down in here on my own and I get stuck out here without a second vehicle, I'm here until someone finds me. I try and avoid mud wherever I can. I'm not a big fan of it. It might be fun on the day, but you get home, you got to clean it all out. It gets in your alternator and your electrics. You know, it's better to avoid it whenever possible, wherever possible. Obviously, I can either keep the driver's side wheels up on this higher ridge and the passengers down in the center there, but obviously then you're a little bit off camber, and if for some reason a wheel did slip into one of these ruts, you've got the chance of rolling. So my destination is that way. I don't have to go through this bit. I don't have a vehicle that I would be comfortable going through there with anyway. I've got a perfectly good track on this side, so I'm going to cruise through here, keep going, and still get to enjoy the track. So yeah, just want to remind everyone, it doesn't matter what sort of vehicle you have or don't have, as long as you're getting out in the bush and enjoying it, and that's what it's all about, guys. So yeah, just sort of, it's worth pointing out anyway. Cheers. Here's some more, guys. So the track comes down here, it follows these power lines, but the track comes down here. In the middle there's just all swamp, massive bog marsh that side. Come around this side, look at that. Now there's no way in hell you'd want to go through there, even in a car that was set up for it, because all you're going to do is get bogged, have to get winched out, snatched out, whatever, spend half your day in there. I'd rather be out driving the tracks for half a day than just trying to get me way out of bog holes like that. Would I go through there?
Hell no!
So this hole's not really avoidable, so I'll just ease in slow just in case it's a bit soggy underneath. I think it's a pretty hard base, but go in slow, and then when you're in there, sort of put a bit of gusto behind it, and then when we come out, we'll go back up this track here, I think it was. Yeah, that one. It looks like Daintree rainforest or something. So we'll yeah, we'll hit it, guys. So cool through here, guys. There's just tracks everywhere. You could spend a bloody whole weekend in here. It's awesome. I've only just ducked in to have a look at a couple, but I'm going to come back in tomorrow, and I'll bring Chloe and her cousin Ava. We'll come for a run in, and I want to take them in and yeah, show them Ward 21. So I won't go in there now. It's getting a bit late in the afternoon, but I'll come up tomorrow morning and film a bit of stuff and show you. But as you can see there, I don't know if the sun might be a bit bright, but it's cool. They call it Hill Climb 21 or Hill Climb Area 21 or something on Google Maps. So if you want to have a look on Google Earth and that, but some good little spots in here. So this bit of the track here, guys, I'll just show you. I came down that side on the left here, coming down because I didn't know from the top of the hill, I didn't know what the track was like. I can see it here, there's a couple of little sort of ruts and wombatty holes, but I'm just going to cruise up. If you pick the right line, so I'll keep my right tyres over to the right hand side here and just walk up through the guts of it there. You don't need massive lift, you just need to pick a line and commit to it, and yeah, keep the accelerator on. It's not about speed, it's just about momentum. As long as you're moving forward, then you're moving. So we'll give it a shot anyway, guys. Cheers. Okay guys, so we're back out here today. Just thought I'd show you this. It's nothing too steep, but you've just got to, with vehicles that don't have lockers and stuff, you've got to pick your line. So when we came in yesterday, I came in on a bit of an approach angle up through the middle here somewhere, and because the front right wheel and the back left were both only just sort of touching the ground. There was no grip, so obviously they spin easier, therefore all your torque goes there. Obviously with lockers you flick a button and they all lock together, and one wheel that's spinning holds and it transfers the power to the other. But our little Suzuki was the model pre-traction control and all that sort of thing. So just thought I'd show you, yeah, if we do the same line again, you can see the tread actually, I think, over there on the ground. That's where we were spinning yesterday, because one wheel was sort of sitting up and one down in here. So what I'm going to do today is I'll just come across more straight on, so that right wheel's touching, left wheel's touching, the car stays more level, remains more level, and that way you're getting all the transferred power down to the ground where you need it. So I'll just pop this camera down and show you. See here, by keeping all four wheels on the ground and fairly level as we go through this section, you don't get wheel spin and you don't get wheels in the air, so you keep traction on the ground, and with a little bit of momentum you can get through ruts like this one. Yeah, so, and a little bit of momentum helps too. My tow bar dragged a bit on the dirt there, so I definitely want to invest in maybe a little 2-inch lift just to get it up a little bit higher. But yeah, you can see you don't need lockers and, you know, ridiculous insane lift if you pick a right line, commit to it, a little bit of momentum, and away you go. Anyway, we're going to keep travelling. Cheers, guys.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision saw.
Out of the way, Joe.
Out of the way,
Sounds alright, right? When people get stuck, they throw everything in there to try and give them traction. Everything from wood to rocks. That's why you can't go in flat out, because there could be a stick that punches straight into the front of your motor and wrecks your radiator and everything. So you've got to go in slow and pop out of the way, so.
His blinkers on, so if you want it, turn it off.
So this mud hole did prove a little bit deep right at the end. He got most of the way through, so they're just going to do a quick snatch and get him out. Out of the way, sweet. Jump back here because he might go a bit fast.
Why do you just stay here? Why do you just go around?
Because he just wants to try it in his car. Stay there though, won't you?
No, I'll be here.
Where did he go? That's how you climb it.
So we're working our way into the Ward 21, the old psychiatric hospital, and it just adds to how creepy it is, because you're literally out in this bush You're all the way out here in the bush in the middle of nowhere, like literally nothing around, and then there's just this psychiatric ward whack bang in the middle. We're about probably 5 or 10 minutes away, so when we pull up anyway, I'm going to get a bit of footage of the actual hospital itself, but yeah, it's just as creepy as. Alright guys, so here we are. We found a path in, takes you up to the old hospital site, and you can see as we get closer, you can see this is the start of the big wall. It's absolutely massive. It's basically like an old jail for the insane back then. So I'll go up and hopefully you can still get inside it, and I'll show you around. Yeah, it's really creepy. Look at the height of that. It'd be 15 feet, 20 feet. Alright guys, here's another entry in. This one's a bit easier to get in through, so we'll drive in and have a look, eh? It is so eerie, this joint. See by the height of these walls, if you're in here, you would have had no way of getting out ever. Really, it's literally a jail. It's rather run down now. Obviously a lot of the roofs have come off and idiots have got in here and trashed it and smashed everything up and busted stuff, which is just pointless. I don't understand it, but anyway, and they dump cars in here and obviously, you know, bits and pieces, but it's just got such a weird feel to it. All the hair on your arm stands up. It's real creepy. Here's just one of the many buildings that's been wrecked. It's so creepy, this joint, eh? I'll take you down the back here. There's an old another car burnt out. Yeah, there's an old pool down the back here. I'll put some links in the comments anyway to any other sites that I've found that provide a bit of info, and there's a few videos on YouTube and stuff already, but yeah, a lot of people will say you wouldn't want to camp anywhere in here or around here because it's supposedly a bit haunted. This is the old pool. I don't pretend to understand why people feel the need to graffiti everything and wreck stuff, but it certainly gives it that real sort of urban look. It's just really, it's genuinely an eerie, creepy sort of place. Another car in the pool. There's plenty of sites that do provide info. There's even a boat. Who wants to take a boat out? Yeah, there's plenty of websites that provide information on it. I think from memory, I could be wrong, but I think from memory they used to do a lot of that electroshock treatment back in the 40s and 50s when this place was running. Obviously back then mental health wasn't like it is nowadays. Back then they didn't know anything about it, so they just deemed you crazy and they'd put you in a place like this to reside, and they thought, now that plane's flown over, I was saying back then in the old days mental health wasn't like nowadays where it was better understood and different medicines. Back then they just think people were crazy. They'd lock them in a place like this where they couldn't get out, and it was, I guess, society's way of dealing with it. But yeah, they used to do electroshock treatment. They believed that helped. I know some countries even still do it. I think places like Poland or Russia or somewhere still do that electrotherapy, where they put the hat on and pump your brain full of electrical shock to try and balance what issues, balance it out, so to speak. But yeah, it's creepy. One thing though, like to get in here, you've got to come in through the bush. There's various tracks to get in here. You can get in a car, like a stolen car. People will fang them in through the bush and not care about the holes and the ruts and all. But you look at the rubbish in here. So people have actually come in here either to camp or to purposely dump rubbish. Yet the same people will complain when tracks get shut and gates get put up and they get locked up. And this sort of thing, this just gives council, and in the case of national parks, it gives park rangers more reason to lock places up and put gates up. So for all the ferals that want to throw their rubbish around like this, you're going to wreck it for everyone. They'll end up locking places up and none of us can come in and enjoy it because you want to bring your rubbish and old bloody car oil bottles and nappies. It's just gross. People like this, honestly, I don't get the mentality. feeding him. Hear that, folks? You can actually hear talking. It could be some of the ghosts that they reckon live in here. Listen. Now it's stopped. I think they've worked out where you can hear them. Even creepy over the metal bars on the... They really didn't want people getting out, eh?
I don't know you at all. Uncle Graham, would you come with us?
Cool. Yeah, isn't it?
No,
It's good in summer.
No, it is.
They're like, actually like jail cells. Could you imagine if you were...
Uncle Graham has some shadow clothes here too.
Could you imagine if you lived... could you imagine if you actually lived, that was your room, Huds? Living in there 24 hours a day. I should have grabbed my camera actually. Oh no, I've got it in my pocket. This would have been the bathroom in here.
Yeah, but the bathroom is full. Is that part of the toilet? Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a fluoro light. I wonder what that was. That must have been that. Oh, that's like a broom. It looks like a broom cupboard or something. See the clips on the wall? We just met a lovely local fella, Trevor. Got a beautiful troopy red troop carrier, 75 series I think it is, and he was telling us the dam. There's a dam down the front which we'll stop and have a look at on the way out, but that used to... I'll just get out, it's a bit echoey. Yeah, he was saying the dam down the road here was actually used to supply water to this psychiatric hospital, so we'll stop and have a look at that on the way out too. That last building he showed us where you can climb through the wall, that was creepy as anything. It was felt like it was about 10 degrees in there. There was a cold breeze coming through, and I'm not a big believer in ghosts, but there's certainly a different feeling to this place. It's just weird. Trevor's Beast. That's a nice troopy, that. Show me in the back, it's really set up well, drawers and all. It's a really weird structure too, because you've got these arches which they must have had gates or something on there, some sort of metal mesh or something, because obviously these are rooms. These would be more rooms that people stayed in, and then they've had doors or gates or something on the face of it here to not allow people to get out. Old timber floor.
Very.
Actually, you can see here the metal mesh, so they must have had that on the other side over there as well. So creepy. Big room there with a fireplace in the corner, maybe, looks like maybe bathroom or something there. Yeah, they are bathrooms in there. You can see the old pipes, the old mountings on the wall where they've had hand basins or something. So creepy, this joint, oh my god. Here's a shower block. Yeah, no, it's not a shower block. It's a toilet block. You can see the remnants of the old cistern.
Toilet. It's a toilet.
Trevor was saying they filmed music videos out here and horror movies and stuff because it's got that real urban graffiti, backdrop. So this is the dam that Trevor mentioned. Apparently this dam used to feed all the water to the psychiatric ward. Massive dam, like it goes basically where that tree line is. It goes for miles. It's huge. He said there used to be an old wharf here as well that walked out over the water, but can't really see where that would have been. There's a bit of stuff out in the middle, a few big sticks sticking up, but whether that was part of the foundations for it. Another stolen car here, burnt out. Looks like a little Hyundai i20 or 30 or something. But
The wolf's there. Do you see? So it comes out from here and then turns right out.
I'm going to see if we can get in a bit closer and have a look. It's so still, the water. It's just dead calm. It's massive. I'd love to send a drone up and get some good footage. Yeah, so that is the wharf out in the middle there. You can see the old legs of the wharf through the guts there. Must have been a decent length wharf because it's parallel to where we're standing, so it must have come around here or gone from there back.
Time runs over and life's begun.
Bit of the track here, guys. Just mentioned earlier about not having huge clearance and picking your line. So there's obviously a really deep rut on the left, which we don't want to go down. On the right side of the track, there's a hole which obviously is a bit deeper than I'd like to go into as well. So we're going to go through the guts of it here, and with careful guidance, keeping the left wheel up on that left ridge, right on the centre. Worst case, if we drop the back right wheels down into that hole, there's less chance of obviously going on your side or too much damage. You drop your left back tyre down into there, then you could get possibly hung up, or both wheels you might want to, it might try and lift. So we're just going to go through the middle here, and yeah, it's all about picking the right line when you don't have a monster truck.
Was it enough? Or were you empty? I knew you when you were young. A man can't change who he's been or where he's from. I wonder often, will I be? Who I am is who you are inside of me. Who I am is who you are inside of me.
Look at my shoes. They're all brown and sloppy.
Cause I don't know you half as well as I think I do. When time runs over and life's begun,